There is an undeniable truth that many people refuse to understand, but it is one of the natural cores of any living being. People, as any other living being, are selfish. There is no other way around it. Selfishness is the way living beings procure and save resources to stay alive longer. Without selfishness, people would not store food for later, buy spare parts for their critical devices, or save money. Even though we are selfish, most people have learned to moderate their actions because it has proven to lead to a greater good for everyone. In other words, selfishness is tempered by your culture and context. You will be very generous to your close family, somewhat generous to your community, and almost not at all generous with somebody you don't know at all. However, many institutions, corporations, and people want to make us think that everybody is infinitely generous and kind, but this is simply not true. I think humans are designed to work towards their own interests and the ones of their own group of people. As an illustration, these are simple questions for you. Is it common to see millionaires give everything they have to charity and end up as homeless? Will you give all your possessions to charity without first thinking about yourself and your family? Even when charity happens, it is only to satisfy the selfish desire of the donor. There is nothing wrong with charity. In fact, it should always be welcome, and in the right conditions, it helps a lot. Charity helps people in a great way, but hardly anyone is willing to give up everything they own to feed someone they don't know. What donors tend to give away as charity tends to be only a very small fraction of their property, just big enough to make a headline to promote the donor's image. There is nothing wrong with that, but it is just what it is. Selfishness is a thing that also happens in politics. Politicians and voters are selfish in their own ways. That is only the expression of human nature. For instance, candidates want votes and they will take advantage of the lazy, greedy, and egoistic human nature of the voters to lure them. That is the reason why the voters should think hard and choose right. If a population is more selfish, needy, and less compassionate, they will love subsidies paid by others. Basically, subsidies are a great expression of how to satisfy the selfishness of some people. Also, isn't it selfish to go into debt as an individual or as a nation and just let people who doesn't have the power to say anything or who haven't yet been born pay in the future for whatever we want to do now? In these cases, politicians are only the reflection of their selfish voters. People who choose to coercively take money from a certain group of people just to give it to another group and pocket the rest. Before the end, how many people do you think are really interested in the absolute good for all? If people were not selfish at all and were thinking only about doing good, you will be commonly seeing average American families selling their possessions and giving it all to poor African or Asian families. The thing is, that won't happen, and it should not happen if it ever does by any coercive means. Since everyone is selfish, the nature of things is that everyone should strive to get their own stuff fairly and not try to steal from others through taxes. Basically, let people be free to choose. Work hard, play a bit, bye.